Hey guys, it's your boy Mark back with another video. Today is August 6th, 2021. I've done a video for every single day of August 2021 so far, and that includes tonight. Your boy just finished watching a movie he was extremely excited for, and that movie is The Suicide Squad. Admittedly, I've been calling it just Suicide Squad, because saying The Suicide Squad every single time is can be a nuisance, Oh man. But anyways, oh man. For those who don't know, Suicide Squad, the first film, means a lot to me personally. I have a strong personal connection with that film. I did see it for free in cinemas in IMAX. 5 years ago in 2016 as part of my Make-A-Wish. I value that time when I got to see it in IMAX, my first and still only IMAX film to date, because there's only one IMAX cinema in New Zealand. Ironically, I got to see this and the first film for free. The first time for free was actually legal though, because it was Make-A-Wish's thing. And now I watched it on Soap today. Yes, I did watch this on Soap today. I was very excited to watch this. I loved the fact that James Gunn was directing this. And it's pretty awesome because Suicide Squad, the first one, was from the beginning considered like a Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff, which James Gunn directed, and now the actual director of Guardians of the Galaxy was doing, and it was actually doing a Suicide Squad film. And that was just so awesome. Imagine if for example, imagine if Frank Herbert, who wrote the Dune novels, had written the script for Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. That's basically like what this would be, And by the way, Dune, greater than Star Wars. Facts. But that's another topic for another day. But anyways, so The Suicide Squad stars, and there's only 4 original Suicide Squad cast members. Viola Davis, of course, returned as Amanda Waller, a character I have love-hate feelings towards, because I enjoy her character a lot, but she is such a bitch, man. Who else? Jai Courtney returns as Captain Boomerang / Digger Harkness. Margot Robbie, of course, returns as Harley Quinn. This is her 3rd time playing Harley Quinn, which is just awesome. And who was the last one? Oh yeah, Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag. He's back. And of course, we have a whole lot of exciting new cast members. We got Michael Rooker, Mary Poppins, y'all, as, to be honest, I don't think I caught his character's name at all. We got this guy named Javelin, who was awesome. Pete Davidson as Blackguard, I think that's his name. Idris Elba, of course, as, maybe he's Blackguard. Completely forgot his name. But anyways, a lot of people say, because it's a shame that Will Smith isn't in this. But, a lot of people say that, and even I kind of thought so too. But it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It was like, let's be real. He is the Deadshot for this Suicide Squad film. And he's so is. Not a bad thing whatsoever, though. But, But yeah, he's still awesome. He's kind of like in my WWE 2K universe mode. It's like Idris Elba is what Bishop Wilson is in my universe mode to Roman Reigns, who would be Will Smith. You get what I mean? There's a lot of exciting cast members. David Dastmalchian, who plays Polka Dot Man, he's in this. And of course, we all know the one guy that I was excited for in this film, John Cena as Peacemaker. Yep, obviously I was most excited for him in this film. I was so excited for him, man. And yeah. So what did I think of the Suicide Squad? It was fine. To me, it was fine. In all honesty, I do like the first film more. Yep, not just because, it was my Make-A-Wish IMAX experience and all that. Not just because, of how much it means to me. I really do prefer the first film. And what was I saying? I even like going into this film. I need to go for a piss, by the way. So I'm going to go for a piss while still recording my review. Even going into this film, I was thinking to myself, I am not as excited for this film as much as I was for the original Suicide Squad in 2016. However, I do think it'll be a lot better. And to be honest, I was wrong. But at least to myself, you know what I mean? But I still had fun. It did have a lot of, like, the first Suicide Squad films, like, it was a lot like the first one, just a different director. If you had told me this was also directed by David Ayer, I probably would have believed you. All the characters do their job. They have a purpose. I like all the characters, honestly, even if some were assholes. My favorite character, obviously, was Peacemaker. It was also awesome to see Rick Flag again. It was awesome to see, some of the original members again. And honestly, Amanda Waller might have been an even bigger biatch here than she was in the first film. Or just as much, alright? And this film is ballsy. This film is ballsy as. It really is, man. Like, they do a lot of stuff at the start that shocks the heck out of you. I kind of expected it, actually. But still, when it happened, it was like, holy shit. And it's like, they're not screwing around here. But we still got to see, it was all about this mission to uncover the Project Star or whatever it was, Project Starfish, whatever it was, and I thought Thinker was part of the Suicide Squad team. He's actually one of the villains. Well, technically, all the main characters are villains. It's the Suicide Squad concept, you know what I mean? And, And this film wasn't as much about like a soundtrack as the first film was. That's probably another reason I like the first film better. There were some good songs in there. I really marked out when they played Hey by the Pixies. Love that song. I was like, when it came out, I was like, hey, I know that song. And then it was just, it was cool. I'll say this. I missed the Joker. Okay? Man, going into the first Suicide Squad film, I know I keep comparing it to the first one. I know that might be frustrating, but this is just how I want to do my review, alright? My movie thoughts, 2021 movie thoughts. What was I saying? Alright, trying to get my mind back into what I was talking about. The Joker. There was no character in the first Suicide Squad film that I was more excited to see than the Joker. Alright, he was by far my most anticipated. And by the end of it, he was by far my favorite character of that film. Alright? And probably still my favorite, like, overall Suicide Squad franchise film, you know what I mean? Film character. It's between him or Peacemaker, obviously. You know what? My dream DCEU film? Peacemaker versus Joker. That's my dream DCU film. And I want Peacemaker to win. And the name Peacemaker is pretty ironic in this movie, man. Yeah. Loved Peacemaker. Ratcatcher. You barely see this girl in the frickin' trailers, as far as my memory concerns me. And she was like one of the big main characters. She was like probably like the heart of the story, I guess, if that makes any sense, if I'm even making any sense. But there was this there's some decisions that like really like thinged me up, you know what I mean? And there was this one thing that happened to a certain character that meant a lot to me that really had me fooled. Okay? It hit me hard. And when this certain scene came up about an hour and a half in the film, I was really upset. And I could barely pay attention for the rest of the film, man. That was until I watched to the very, very end. The end credits. The post-credit scene. Until then, that they had me. They had me so much. If it makes sense, they had me like hook, line, and sinker, man. It's like their meme. They had us in the first half, not gonna lie. This is so that. Oh man, I was so ecstatic by that post-credit scene. Yes, there are credit scenes. There's a mid-credit scene which happens right after you see the Suicide Squad like end title thing, and there's another credit scene at the very, very, very end of the film. I still like this film. I still don't like it as much as the first one, but you know what? That's okay. You know, this was actually a lot more serious than I thought it'd be. There were some jokes, of course, some pretty crack-up jokes right at the beginning, actually, some of the funniest jokes, but yeah. I even told my mate, like, and he hasn't like responded yet, but I actually told my mate, like, oh man, I'm so disappointed with this film. But that was before I actually watched to the very, very end. You know, not that it made me like, not that it like made this film a teeny bit better for me or anything. I guess it did, but you know, Margot Robbie was excellent as always. And King Shark, Sylvester Stallone, was awesome. Polka Dot Man was freaking awesome. There's this awesome running joke with his mother that's just awesome, man. Taika Waititi is in this. I remember when they did the characters announcement trailer, and they showed Taika Waititi's name, but they didn't show who he's playing. That's And then now that I actually watched it, I realized, well, because he has a teeny ass part in the film. You know, not going to say who he is, but you know, it was still nice seeing him. I remember I did a list back in, I think, 2019, like my most anticipated characters of the Suicide Squad. Obviously, my number one was John Cena. All my most anticipated actors, because this was before they actually like said who was playing who. Taika Waititi was my number two. My number three was David Dastmalchian. And I don't remember the order, but I remember 4 and 5 were Margot Robbie and Idris Elba. Overall, it's a fine film, okay? And like I said, there was this thing that happened like about an hour and a half in the film that really upset me until I saw the very, very end credit scene. And if you've seen the film and the end credit scene, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'd probably give this a 7. A 7 out of 10. I was thinking a 6 when that certain thing happened. But man, anyway, like I said, I admire, like, there's some ballsy ass decisions in this film. Some really ballsy ass decisions. And I admire that. But anyway, January. How long till January? It's August now, so that means 5 months till January 2022. I am so excited for the Peacemakers show. I really am. And yeah, sorry for all the heavy breathing in this. Okay, I can't really help it right now, except for, trying to lose weight, which I am. But that's another topic. Yeah. The Suicide Squad. If you guys have seen The Suicide Squad, please tell your boy what you think. And if you enjoyed your boy's movie thoughts on this film, please let him know, because he'd very much appreciate it. Alright. That's it, y'all. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out, y'all.